Oh, man, I just came from outside. Uh, there was this Chinese spy balloon flew over my house. It's been shot down. Seriously. But it was a little weird. Anyway, what? What are you looking at? What, did you not see the armor? Did 2023 it the world it shot me in the eye. And I was issued communist battle dressing. Anyway, I'll be back. Oh, I'm back. Holy crap. PewPewNationTV, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Yeah. Man, what an experience that was. Holy shit. Anyway, glad you guys are here. Uh, this is going to be a little weird. This is going to be, I don't know. It's going to be a little chilling. Like I mentioned, on the short that I uploaded earlier. Why is that? Well, if you guys watched the video from last week, goodbye 2022, hello 2023, you guys are going to know that 2023 started off extremely weird. Extremely weird in a bad sense, extremely weird in. There's a lot of stuff that's happened, man. I mean, you guys saw the whole balloon thing, right? I mean, that was creepy in itself. I got shot in the damn eye. I mean, 2023 hasn't been really good. Fortunately for me, though, I had some really, really good first aid people that got rid of the communist, band-aids and. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The whole first aid stuff. Because that's where we're going. That's where we're headed, guys. We're going into some really, really deep, deep, deep uncharted waters that this country has never, ever, ever gone down. I'm just saying. I've been down that road. Okay? You'll notice that I'm wearing my hat today, right? Just in case, the beings from other places, happen to say, is he serious or is he. Well, the hat's there for a reason. Anyway, you guys will figure it out. So, this music is really fucking creepy too, isn't it? Okay. Oh, wait. What's that? Oh, the balloon was confirmed as being shot down over the ocean, right? Yeah, it was. Fantastic. All right. We don't need any more of that. Studio audience, you guys here? There they are. Glad to have you here today. Awesome. Fantastic. Anyway, so what I have here basically is the following right here. See, my notes, right? Why am I going to do notes today? Something that I never usually do. I usually just, shoot off the cuff, and I improv stuff, but, not today. I got to stick to this because everything is going to go in order of sequence as they transpired on the last video that I put out there, giving you what was thought to be, it might happen, it may happen, but then 2023 came around and, oh shit, it did happen. So here we go. I'm going to break it down to you. All right, so a couple days ago, I was listening to a podcast, and that podcast was talking about the excess money printing is to maintain the house of cards we've built up over decades and decades. We all know this to be true, right? I mean, we are printing our way. We're printing money. We're printing ourselves out of extinction, basically, is what we're doing here. And this was done by a gentleman named Doug Casey, New York Times bestselling author and host of the Doug Casey's Take podcast, okay? And guys, I'm going to tell you, strap in, because you're going to remember that I showed you a text message, and I'm just going to recap here a little bit, last week that a buddy of mine who's former JAG officer was telling me, let me just bring it up here real fast. We are doing this in a live setting, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know. Not that I am out there live presently, but I am live. In other words, the editing on this, it may happen, it may not happen. I'm just shooting off the cuff today because, you know, I got to keep my hat on, right? I got to represent. Okay. Anyway, so let me look this up here real fast. All right, just so you guys have an idea of what's going on. Again, I'm not going to mention his name because let's just say for security's sakes. Okay. I did show you the clippings of the helicopters, you know, the Blackhawks, you know, doing fast roping on top of buildings in Fort Lauderdale. That was another friend of mine that sent me that video, you know, wanting to know what the hell's going on. All right. So, basically what's going on here is this. You know, I had asked him, you know, about the whole Lloyd Brunson case, you know, in the Supreme Court. You know, why didn't they hear it on January 6th and so on and so forth? And the Supreme Court decided they weren't going to listen to the case. They weren't going to hear it. So, you know, I was kind of like a little devastated with that because I thought it was a bunch of crap. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I tell my friend and I said, hey, look, I smell revolution on the horizon, just like it happened in Cuba, you know, but at least we still have our guns for now anyways, right? His reply to me was, there will be no revolution. Americans don't have a backbone. Just look at how many lined up to take the shot. Okay. There is not going to be any revolution. Okay. They drank the Kool-Aid. The indoctrination process happened, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a bit. So anyway, so we move on a little bit further out of that. And he said, you know, that this is the way it goes in a totalitarian society. You know, the big news that he says here, which actually happened, and this is where I'm going with this. Again, I'm giving you guys a little bit of an update here. The big news that is not in the news is that Saudis will be backing the dollar, will not be backing the dollar anymore in anything. All right. And this was said at Davos in this year's World Economic Forum meeting that they have every year. That will affect everyone on the planet. I look for hyperinflation. Hear this, for hyperinflation to be here soon. That will be the excuse to bring in the CBCD, which is the central bank digital currency is basically what it is in a nutshell. Okay. And now that doesn't mean the Fed here. Well, it's the Fed here, but it's central banks. This is global. This is not just America. This is going to happen around the globe. Okay. I know this to be true because I have my hat on. Anyway, so let's get out of that. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and jump back into this conversation on the podcast that Doug Casey did. All right. So basically, central bank digital currencies are like the final arrow in their quiver. They shot me with that damn arrow. You guys saw that, right? They seriously did. And I was like, never mind. But they got me, right? 2023 and the world, you know, the world, I'm like, yeah, all right. And yeah, they got me. Anyway, right? He's saying it. He's talking. It's right here. He's talking about it. All right. So the final arrow in the quiver that the WEF just shot at the world, and I got hit on them. Anyway, along with the CBDC, central bank digital currency, in case you guys missed that, there's the digital health passport also as well. Now, why does that ring a bell? You guys may remember that. The digital health passport, okay? Yeah, starting to come back around again. That was that whole deal where, you know, you would get chipped, and once the digital currency kicked in, you would be tracked and traced anytime you left your house or you went anywhere. It's a little chip that's like about the size of a grain of rice. It literally is, okay? and it is injected and it'll go under your skin somewhere in this location right here. Okay. That's where it's going to go. So that way, when you walk up to, those little electronic door keypads, where you badge in, depending, like you don't need, forget the card, man. You can use your hand and just go beep, beep, and, in you go. You want to go pay for gas, I had the little keypad now where you swipe your credit card. Well, that credit card has a chip just like you're going to have in your hand too. And you can just go up to the fuel pump and go beep, beep. Okay. And you're good to go, right? Your digital currency will go ahead and take care of your gas transaction. It'll take care of everything for you if you're compliant, if you obey, if your ESG credit score is where it's supposed to be. Start connecting the dots, okay? Let's continue. Now, and if the public sheepishly accepts CBDCs and the passport, we will be one step closer to the serfs. In other words, living on your knees. Remember, in the last video I mentioned that at this year's annual meeting in Davos, the Saudis stated, again, I'm going to mention it, stated that they will not use or back the dollar to trade oil or anything else. Why? Well, they, as the world knows, that we're broke. We are. America's broke, in case you didn't know that, right? We are. We've been broke, okay? The only thing that we're doing is buying debt. Someone else was buying our debt. And then somebody else is buying their debt, okay? The world is broke, technically, all right? So this action will affect the whole world and will lead us into hyperinflation. Now, if you've done a little bit of history, and I believe Jeff over at Freedom to Think talked about this on the last live that we did together, that you needed oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of money to throw into a wheelbarrow to be able to go to the store to buy one loaf of bread. You guys remember that? You guys do remember that, I hope. If not, go check out the live video and you'll learn, okay? That was called the Weimar Republic over in Germany when that happened. Do your history, if history is still out there. Anyway, so go ahead and Google WEF Strategic Partners and see who they are. See who is on their website. You'll be amazed. Do yourself a favor again, all right? Google or go to the WEF's website and look at who their strategic partners are. Look at the name of those companies. Food industry, big pharma, AI, they're all there. They're all there, okay? And they're the ones that are responsible for everything that's going on right now. Seriously, they are. And these are non-elected people, by the way, okay? They're the elites. They're the cabal. They've got the money. The egg situation, look that up too. All right. Green farming, commercialized farming. Okay. The mom and pops farms, they're getting gobbled up. They're getting bought. I talked about this, okay, in the last video. If not, go check it out. All right. Bill Gates owns all of the largest amount of farmland in the country. He's buying out the mom and pop farms, and everything is being transcended over to commercialized farming. Okay. Who's in charge of commercialized farming? The WEF. They're controlling the food. All right. They're controlling what goes into the soil, which turns into what goes into the feed or the grass, if you will, which in turn gets eaten by the cow, which in turn, when you go carve yourself up a nice big steak, okay, you're not getting the nutrition that you're supposed to get. This is being done by design. Why? Well, we got too many people on the planet. Oh, wait. Beep, 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 beep. We got too many people on the planet, right? We need to like, never mind. Go look it up and read it yourself. Anyway. Well, here we go. So I've been talking about this since 2020 on the radio show. I really have. And guess who's now talking about the central bank's digital currency? You ready? Guess who's talking about it? See, this was just it could be theory. It could be that, all right? No. 2 days ago, Tucker Carlson talked about central bank digital currency. So here's the deal. So when the media sheds light on a story like this, you can bet your ass it's already either happened or it's just around the corner. Cash is going away, people. Cash is going away. The fiat system is done. It's just around the corner. Cash is going away, people. Cash is going away. The fiat system is done, and the quantum system is here. All right? I have a very good banker acquaintance that in 2020, we were having a little food, we were having a little cookout, and there was a bunch of us there, you know, friends and associates and you know, acquaintances and whatnot. This banker gentleman, I had just met him for the first time. Never met him before. All right. He's an acquaintance now. And somehow the guys, you know, and the gals got into a conversation. We were talking about current events. We were talking about what was going on. And this is 2020 now. Remember, height of the pandemic and whatnot, in my opinion, anyway. And we were talking about everything that was going on. And we got on the subject of money. I happened to drop on him that, you know, hey, man, the fiat system, we're finished. It's gone. Paper money, that's going to go away. Why? Well, cash is infected. Cash has the virus. Okay? It's dirty. It needs to go away, right? This was the talk. All right? Why? Because they know what's going on. They were talking about going to a digitized format. Okay? Gets better. All right? So when I bring this up and I tell them that the fiat system was basically done and we were going to the quantum financial system, his eyes opened up like a deer in headlights. He was shocked. You know, he asked me how I knew, you know, because that was highly confidential at the time. You know, he's like, we just had a meeting. We had a corporate meeting the other day. You know, and he said we were told that this was going to be kept in the utmost secrecy. That fiat was going away, paper money was going to go away, the dollar is going to tank, all right, and we were going to go to a digitized format of currency. So he was shocked, and he was like, "How do you know these things?" And I'm like, "Well, I held up this glass and I just went, that's what I do. I drink, and I know things." Like that, huh? It's great for this show today. The hat, I love it. Anyway, wow. You know, this is the reason, guys. You know, why my reply really, honestly, my reply to him was, I too know people, guy. I know people too, just like you do. Okay, and it's those that are informed, those that are in the know. Okay. This is why I do what I do. My job is to inform all of you out there on what's really, really happening. In case you don't know, now you know, so you can prepare and you can educate and tell others about what's coming and what's actually here and what's actually happening. It is important because it is your survival. If not, we are going to wind up as freaking slaves. We're going to be living on our knees, man. And I'm not living on my knees. I'm sorry. I did that shit once already. I ain't doing it again. All right. It's not going to happen. No way. You shouldn't have to be exposed to that kind of crap either. All right. So, this is the reason why I relate to Tom McDonald's music so much. Okay. Because he is one of those people that gets it. He's always 2 steps ahead of the zombies and is not afraid to tell you the truth about how shit really is. And neither am I. I'm really not. Okay. You don't forget living under real hardcore communism, people. You just don't. You know, the verbiage may change, but the foundation never changes. And I can smell that shit a mile away. I really can. Now, you don't have to sit here and listen to me wearing this kind of hat and say, well, Armando, I think is full of shit, or maybe he's got a point. No. Hey, don't listen to me. Do yourself a favor. Here you go. You ready for this? Check it out. Bam. Yeah, they are autographed. There you go. Go to hangovergang.com Okay, this is a free plug, Tom, by the way, in case you ever happen to watch, this little idiot's video here. All right, hangovergang.com. Go there and buy his stuff. Why? Because he is going to tell you, especially, not the revolution, especially here on this one. Okay, he's going to tell you on this one the real truth and what's going on. 2 songs on here, The Machine and Dirty Money. The Machine and Dirty Money. I called it Dirty Cash last time, but, cash money, whatever. But no, honestly, my apologies. It's Dirty Money, all right, and The Machine. Listen to those 2 songs. Don't believe me. Everything I've said so far, he's going to tell you in those 2 songs. Okay, he is. Now, how did he know this? And I know that this guy poured everything he had. It almost broke him to put these 2 pieces out. But that's what Tom does, right? That's what Tom does. But don't listen to me. Listen to him. He knows, all right? Anyway, to continue, the U.S.'s leading export has been dollars. I'll repeat it again in case you missed that. All right, let me, here. The U.S.'s leading export has been dollars, not goods and services. Although we may choose to believe that. We print and we ship dollars, and they are printed up out of nothing by the Federal Reserve. And they are going to lose the world reserve currency status. China and Russia are trading with each other with gold. The whole world is going to go back to gold, and people will trade with gold. The problem is that can the average person afford to buy gold? Can they afford to buy it? It's currently trading at $1,900 an ounce. I mean, I don't know about you, okay, but, maybe the average person does have $1,900, laying around somewhere that they can buy an ounce of gold with. I don't know. The average working Joe in today's economy and what's going on right now, that's a hard ask, okay? It is a hard ask. But that's where it's going. Everything is going to go back to gold. I'm telling you, hard currency. There shouldn't be a gold-backed currency. Gold is currency. Okay. Gold brokers are constantly bombarding you with commercials on TV to buy gold and silver. What do they know that we don't? Or, wow, man, or not. In tune, the WF is going. Or do we even care? This is why I stated in the last video that revolution will not happen here, because millions of so-called Americans don't have a spine to fight for freedom. I mean, millions of them got in line again and took the shot, right? They didn't even blink an eye. They just obeyed like sheeple. He talks about sheeple too. Just saying. They will also buy into, the sheeple will also buy into the CBDC and the passport, because the indoctrination process worked at the school level, or, schools, right? The re-education camps. Yeah, I said it. Okay. Because that's basically what it is. They're indoctrination, re-education camps. So they're going to do it. And remember that, Ukraine and Russia, the conflict is just an overture, really. Many of the countries in the world today are going to break up into smaller countries, including Brazil, Bolivia, all the countries in Africa, France, Spain. I mean, shit, Spain's provinces have wanted to be their own countries for centuries. They don't get along with each other. Okay, they just don't. The UK will follow suit also as well. I'm pretty sure that here in America, and by the way, we will be the last ones. Okay, first the world is going to go, and I'm going to touch on that here in a minute. Okay, but America will be the last ones. After everybody else is done, we will be the last ones. Okay, and here's how I can say that. Anyway, but that ended this man's piece. This is me, and I'm going to close out with this. Okay, because where are we? Yeah, we're good on time. Banks are going to seize your money. Banks are going to seize your money. They're going to take your coinage. They are. Okay, and control your life in 2023. Oh, 2023. This is happening this year. This is happening this year. Remember, when cable news or the main media start talking to you about the central bank digital coin currency, they always will tell you what's either already happened or what is just around the corner from happening. Okay, they are told what to report on. How do I know that? Well, all you have to do is go back and look at the live video that I did with Jeff over at Freedom to Think. Okay, and you're going to notice how all those TV stations from all over the globe, they start coming on one at a time, right? And they all start repeating the same narrative, the same verbiage is being repeated. They are told what to tell you. They are told what to report. And when they're telling you that this shit's coming in 2023, just a matter of time. This is why I'm telling you this video is going to be chilling to the bone, because this is happening. There's no denying it. You need to be ready. You need to be prepared. You need to make sure you've got enough supply at home to get you through some tough times, because we are going to be into some very, very tough times. It's going to happen. I don't know exactly the time or the day of exactly when it's going to happen. I'm not that good. I'm just a Cuban Nostradamus, like it says down there. Everything for me is a vision, a repetitive vision that I lived a long time ago and I'm currently living again. Wow. Anyway, here we go, right? The central banks will seize money and the WEF will control people and populations. When all else fails, they will take us to war and save the economy and cover up. Just look at the Great Depression of the 20s. How did we get out of that? The answer, World War II. When Clinton and the Bushes were in power, especially W, we were sucking canal water, and what happened? 9/11. Literally, his approval rating soared and went through the roof, right? Because his numbers were tanked prior to 9/11. And what happened? We went to war again. I went over to the big sandlot. That was fun. Then the pandemic hit. We printed more money and got locked down. 1 million dead. Businesses lost. Unemployment and inflation. Where are we now? Biden's numbers are in the toilet. The economy sucks. What happens? Russia invades Ukraine. And America goes to war again. We print more billions and send it over there with equipment. Hell, we even left equipment in Afghanistan. That was our money, by the way, tax dollars, but who cares, right? Here we go. World War III is in the beginning stages, my friends. World War III is in the beginning stages. Not your conventional type of war. This is a different one, okay? When the cabal flips the switch and the CBDC and the passport globally, when they flip the switch on the whole globe, America will be the last country, to feel the wrath of the totalitarian society. Why last? Because we have it better per capita than the rest of the world. We do. We're resilient. We're resistant, right? We wear tinfoil hats. We don't believe this garbage, right? We don't, right? We're hardcore. We're still free. We still have the Second Amendment. We still have our guns. Oh, wait, I think that's being mentioned now. Ooh. Sweden will probably be the first to go, and then the rest will fall like dominoes because they already obey the system. We still have the second. Yeah, I told you. This is why it is critically important to keep it and defend it at all cost. I talk about this all the time. You guys know that, right? Okay. What we really need in this country is we need a third party in this country because obviously what we currently have isn't working. It's not. And the framers knew this too, by the way. They knew a two-party system would never work. At the end of the day, there are only two kinds of people. Those that build and make things or provide services, mostly good people, you out there, me, I'm trying, doing this, passing along good information. It's a service, right? I don't have any goods. Not yet. But hey, maybe I'll put a Pew Pew Nation stamp on this tinfoil hat and sell some of those, right? It's pretty cool. This is just a prototype, just saying. Anyway, and those that are driven, by controlling people to do their will and are money driven at any cost and any means. For example, the WEF, satanic, evil people, mostly the elites, our enslavement is their goal. They don't give a crap about anything at all except power, money, and most of all, control over us. That's what gets their rocks off. I'm telling you. That's the other part. Those are the other people. And this is exactly what's going on here today, not just in America, on the whole globe. All right? This is what's going on. These people have destroyed the American dream almost in its entirety. The phrase I used to hear all the time coming up was, in America, if you have a dream, work hard, do the right thing, you can make it. This is small business, entrepreneurship, mom and pop businesses, right? That's what it is. Those are gone. The globalists have stolen them. Don't believe me? Here's proof. Here, let me quiz you guys, okay? So, what's your dream? I quizzed myself actually on this. What's your dream? Numero uno. I want my own hardware store. The globalists will tell you, nope, can't have it. We got Home Depot and Lowe's. Okay, let's go to number two. I want my own stationery store. The globalists, nope. We got Staples and Office Depot. Number three, I want my own supermarket. There. Ha ha. Nope. We got Sam's, Costco, and Walmart. Eat shit, little man. Okay. Number four, I want my own sporting goods store. Nope. We got Cabela's and Bass Outdoor World. Eat shit, little man. Again, who the hell do you think you are? Denied, denied, and denied again. They don't care because they know you're going to go and shop there anyways. You do already. And you know that you won't go. You'll go. Well, the sheeple will anyway. Okay? The ones that are not sheeple, they'll find other means. You see, I'm going to tell you a little personal story here, and we're almost done. When I was a kid and I was in Cuba, I figured out, my dad was telling me, after we managed to get the hell out of there, I asked him, I'm like, how does he maintain? How does he stay there? What was the deal? And he said, oh, you never saw the speech, right? The conversation. Obviously, there was a recording that was done between him and his brother, Raul. Okay. And Raul was very, very concerned. He was very concerned because when the revolution happened, there was a mass exodus to get out of the island. And Raul asked him, he asked his brother, he says, are you not concerned about the economy? If we lose all these people, how are we going to live? How are we going to survive? And here I go, I quote, so when Castro took over Cuba and turned to communist and people fled the island like rats off a sinking ship, but not everyone fled due to fear of the unknown or belief that they were going to be okay and the system would take care of them, right? Again, we had sheeple too. Yeah, lots of them, all right? Well, Castro's brother asked him, he says, hey, are you not worried that the island will become empty with all of these people fleeing? Aren't you worried about our economy, our income? His answer was simply this: we will make 3 times more money. He chuckled, lit a cigar, and told his brother not all family members are allowed to leave. Women and young children will stay behind, for they are the future of the revolution. Pay attention here, okay? Listen carefully. Those left behind without husbands or fathers will depend on the revolution to provide them with what they need. The males that left will send me American dollars to support those left behind when the suffering begins. He knew there was going to be suffering. And those dollars, my brother, will make us infinitely rich. The exiles will be our economy. And we will redistribute the wealth. Oh, God, that word. We will redistribute the wealth at a percentage of our choosing to give the peasants, and they will be grateful because they will give them, and they will be grateful because we will give them, free education, free housing, free health care, and free food. They will be excellent servants to the revolution. Sound familiar in this country today? Feel free to leave comments down below. Seriously. And if you got value out of this video, enjoy this kind of content, do me a favor. Because we're on mission. Smash that like button below. Share with as many people as you can. Subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure that you click on that little bell that you see down below and select all so you get notified on the next drop. If you would like to become a channel VIP member, click on the join button below and choose any of the 3 tiers to support the channel. There is also links for Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, Super Thanks, and so on. You can also follow me on the socials. Links are down below as well. And with that, keep your head on a swivel. Keep your powder dry. Train hard. And I'll see you guys on the next one. God bless. And most importantly, by the way, Foxtrot, Juliet, Bravo. The hat's out. Love you guys. Take care. Peace.